Hey YouTube! Y'all might have seen that community viral chord section called B-Side 2 from Effing Chords 2 on Twitter. It's the first time in a while a section has got popular with players and not been just a tap note waterfall, so I wanted to give it a look myself and got that specific part on 125.
There's a Twitter clip.
But later, someone asked me to play full song, and I noticed that the final solo of the track is much harder than the previous couple, making it a pretty fun, structured grind. It was then that I decided I wanted to use this song as my warm-up track while I worked on Origins and Expurgation, because the skill sets tied together well, but my progress was so fast that I FC'd it in 2 play sessions, so whoops. I'll keep the intro short and leave my explanation for all the fancy tech after the FC, so here's Effing Chords 2 by Kolajo.
This song just fucking sucks.
Thinking back and knowing that the community still thought I was better with those fake FCs on the table is really, really funny.
You have now completed side 1. In order to hear side 2, please fast forward to the end of the video or turn the tape over. Thank you.
That was a ridiculous save.
The grade system was made in response to realizing Shmooey had completely fucked over our idea of what was difficult. That's the entire reason the grade system was made. It might have been slightly before, but it was basically Shmooey made difficulty ranking impossible.
That's fucking dope. And it's first place, good.
You're never allowed to doubt yourself
Yes.
in front of me ever again. Ever.
This should have happened 2 hours ago.
Yeah, but you're like, oh no, I can't do it, and then you did it.
I'm sorry that I pay attention.
I'm sorry that I talked about Shmooey during the FC.
Oh, no. Yo, Shmooey!
Oh my god!
Brett Wine. Shut up.
I agree with Bret Hart. Well,
87. That's not bad. Cool.
This song is split into 3 main difficult parts, the first of which being the first solo named A-side. The patterns aren't that complicated to figure out, but the actual strum timing and execution are very difficult to maintain consistency on. Despite this being the easiest solo in the song, over half my runs died here because the transition between the blue-orange to green-orange chords that pops up a few times is like a finger twister. The bit at the end here is also really jank because my hand naturally wants to do the descending hopo chords as all triplets, but that misses the one double chord here, so I have to go against the natural muscle memory to grab that note. The second hard bit is B-side. Both 1 and 2 are about the same difficulty for me. 1's challenge is in executing a strange method that isn't easy to visually time. Clone Hero makes these kind of sections very strange, but the method I have of doing the burst note by note and using rolling inputs for the rest got me through it. Then there's the quote-unquote famous section. Each burst of the downwards chords is just one rolling descending quad, but with emphasis on holding 2 notes at once all the way to the pull-off. That along with strumming on time hits each cycle pretty handily. There's in-between tapping parts which I tried to keep as clean as I could. The methods to not ghost here were like right on the edge of my muscle control, so I restarted quite a few FC runs here just because I couldn't not lightly spam, and that's pretty lame. And finally there's that final solo, which is a monster. It starts off with an H-chorded input, which if you're unfamiliar is a tapping motion that uses your thumb on the highest note, in this case the oranges here. When doing a chorded thumb index tapping input, they almost always strike the neck at the same time, so recently we've started taking advantage of that for these kind of chord patterns. It's like a normal zig tap, just with the thumb holding orange the whole time. The chord tapping after this was very fast and a bit complex, missed a lot there in my practice runs. There's a few more complicated transitions and methods before the final blob here, which came down to slowing the section down to 30% speed and working out motion by motion what the section is expecting of me. It was too complicated for me to gain consistency on in my first few grind sessions, so I just kept throwing myself at it, trying to do it correctly as fast as I could, until my brain just clicked into the method and it started working. I only missed it at the very end once before this FC run, which was heartbreaking, but I'm glad I finally got it. And that's about it. That's Effing Chords 2 by Kolajo. Let me know if you prefer having the explanation portion of the video at the end rather than the start. Have a day.